Just wanted to do a commentary on some work footage. I'm pruning this ash tree, and there's a spruce nearby it that also needs to get pruned. So I'm just going to do a live commentary on what I'm doing. So I'm throwing the Captain hook over to the spruce from this ash tree where I'm tied in. The ground was kind of hilly and it was a forested area, so there's a real skinny, tall spruce tree, and the lower 25 feet of visible deadwood needed to be removed. So I threw the hook over there, kicked over with the foot ascender, and just descended with that system tied in the ash tree, and then pulled myself into that spruce tree. So what I'm doing here is just clearing a little bit of a path, but I make my way over there, throw in a friction saver instead of V-rig, and reviewing this footage actually got me thinking about doing what I'm doing right now, basically. And I just want to try to explain a little bit why a person would choose to do this as opposed to, just getting out of the first tree, hitting the ground, and then throwing a ladder up in the skinny spruce and just pruning my way up. Or the other option would have been, start at the ground, prune like a path for myself through this really twisty, hard to break deadwood that's really it gets tangled in rope pretty easily. Go in and tie at the top, and then work my way down, or descend back down through the path I made, and then prune my way up, and then come back down again. All viable options, of course, but I figured since that ash tree gave me such great access to do a redirect in the first place, I'd throw a V-rig in. One, because it's gonna do a lot less lateral force. I'm gonna be applying a lot less lateral force on this skinny forest-grown spruce tree. I'm going to be kind of bringing those angles down along the stem more as opposed to sideways. Two, ascending through, like up from the base of this tree, is just stepping on these skinny little stubs and relying mostly on my lanyard. I'd say I even kept the ash tree as a tie-in, just the regular hitch climber system. I'd be doing a lot of I'd be standing on these stubs, which are, they're not likely to break, but they're not comfortable to stand on. The V-rig kind of gives me a nice sweet spot where I'm kind of floating above the work, like you see here. I'm up above everything, and I'm also starting at the top, so I don't have to work through all this crap. And you can see here I've left my tail up above, so it's not feeding from below where all that deadwood's falling. It's all kind of falling progressively as I do each little rung, and it's just it's kind of a rat's nest. So when it's on the ground, if you're a ground guy, you probably don't like this, but it was just easier for me, I think, and it was actually the safer, faster option given the circumstances, if that makes sense. So most of the video is just, I'm just working my way down. I'm just cutting this stuff with my handsaw. I'm not using my lanyard all the time because, I should be technically, but I'm just using the handsaw. What's nice is the V-rig is I've got, one hitch to control. And so I can, descend a little bit, just grab the handsaw quick and, get some of these branches off really fast, but without having to move my lanyard around so much. And also I don't have to worry about nicking it with the handsaw. I find that when you're doing a lot of bending over and stuff like that, and I'm not relying a lot on my lanyard in this particular work positioning situation, it's more likely that it's going to fall down the stem and then it's going to come into contact with the silky. And I just, I'm sick of nicking lanyards, so I wasn't anywhere near my bridge for the most part. I was trying to be controlling the the pullback, the recoil of the cuts with the silky, but the safer way would be to have 2 points of tie-in, but I wasn't using a chainsaw, and I like this better. So now I'm pulling my tail down. Just a note, usually I wouldn't descend to the ground on a V-rig because it uses 4 times the amount of rope than just the regular moving rope system. So I eyed it up, and I knew it was going to be close, but I knew I had enough rope. This is 150 feet of Teufelberger Adrenaline with a slice. So I measured that tail out before I came off the end of it or something. I know I didn't have a stopper knot in there. The best thing to do is to always have a stopper knot, but For those of us that are aware enough, we know how much rope we have, and we're not going to come off the end. So I'm just working my way down, and I could have retrieved the V-rig at this point, the second tying up at the top, but I was just comfortable, and it was working really well, and I was like, I'm just going to go all the way to the ground with it because I know I have enough rope. Anyway, so this is the tree finished. I still have the V-rig installed on the top. My feet are touching the ground. I still see that I have enough rope, so that's all good. And yeah, so that's all. I just wanted to make a quick video about what I was thinking and what was the whole thought process behind it. Because a lot of people see all these crazy systems and videos and everything, and they think this is so complicated, and why don't you just do it the easy, simple way that we know? And there's reasons behind why people choose to do certain things. Sometimes it's experimentation, but of course, sometimes the ideas actually make sense, and they might save some wear and tear in your body, or possibly some time. Not having to climb all the way back up and get like a static redirect, for instance. If I had used SRT, hooked over into the spruce, and then set a redirect that I have to come get again. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to reascend. So I like that the V-rig's retrievable. But there's a million ways to approach pruning trees, and so I'm just sharing how I would have approached this particular situation. I just want to see what everybody else thinks. So, thanks.